The Way of Will John.
How do I get myself from just that guy to feeling like anything is possible?
Yeah, great question, man. And you brought up like people's viewpoints and perceptions. Get this, right? This will really hammer home that point that you just said before the question. Okay, so I am now first generation in America doing my thing. And by the way, for everybody listening, I'm the first one in my family ever to run their own business, break 6 figures, 7 figures in income,
Nice.
have a company, legacy, all this stuff, right? There's a good chunk of my family. It's messed up to say this, but it's so out of their realm of possibility and capability for someone in our bloodline to do what I'm doing that they legitimately cannot fathom that I'm doing this. And they think that I'm like Tony Montana selling drugs in Miami. Like they think in their mind. And again,
Wow.
not in an evil way, but they're so
Sure.
limited to what they feel is capable for us or their perception that I cannot legitimately be making money. Why? Because I'm not a politician or a government person, and I'm not a famous actor or athlete, right? To them, those are the only legitimate ways for us, the common folk, right, to make money or be successful. So what I'm doing, it has to be a fake or a facade, right? So a lot of that is our conditioning, what we see around us. So how do we get over it? You need to expose yourself. One level of exposure is, yes, going on your phone, but even that is detached, right? I always make references like this, and I tell people you have 0 point reality, which we can say for the sake of this example is your phone, meaning it's a movie on your screen or a picture. It's not real, in quotes, right? Versus if I lift my eyes and I look out into my front yard right now, in my home, in my neighborhood, that's real. You're referencing the phone and you believe that to be real, then you look up and you deny what's in front of you. It should be the opposite, actually, right? You need to expose yourself to these things. Let's say you admire Will. Can you get around him? I don't know, bro. Do you go speak at events? Does he do coaching? Can you get within proximity of him, listen to him on Zoom, go to an event, go to watch him speak and have a 5-minute chat with him or something? Listen to him, see how he responds to questions, see how he walks in a room, see how he talks to people. That will begin to change your reality. Why? Because it's currently outside of your experience, in your realm of experience. You're in your home with your friends, with what you're doing. If all of you are seeking to break 6 figures in income, and for 2 weeks I was able to pick you up, like that old game, The Sims, right? And drop you into a house or a group, right? With 6 millionaires, and you spend a week with them, it's undeniable that you would leave that week changed. And if you were committed to the growth, you would learn enough in that week to, at the very bare minimum, start to change the trajectory of your life financially. If you paid any attention and you took it serious. The question becomes, what are you willing to do to get the exposure, right? This is where the excuses come in. I don't have time, Will. Oh, I got to pay $100 to see him speak. I just want it for free. Let me go watch him on YouTube, right? You have to dictate the level of change and growth that you want versus the effort that you're going to put in and the willingness to change. All of you, most of you are probably athletes, so you're used to being coached. How come as an athlete, we'll listen to the coach and give him our soul? But now when it comes to making money and making personal changes, you want to do it another way. See, you already have access to the right way to do it. You just think about it the wrong way, or you resist it because you're not on the field anymore or on the hardwood anymore, right? You need to take some of these concepts from sports and apply them now to this, because that's what it is. I wanted to get around wealthier people. I did it. Now I'm wealthier. I wanted to get around bigger thinkers, people who like he brought up critical thinking, rationalizing, right? I got around more people who would speak that way, think that way, ponder life that way, and it rubbed off on me, right? I read the books, met the people, went to the events, did the coaching, whatever I had to do, and it's transformed me. But my mind was, I want to do that, fill in the blank, make money. I'm going to go after it 100%. I'm not going to dabble and, I'll watch one YouTube video a week and just motivate myself. No, I said, okay, I'm going to dedicate myself to making money. How do I dress to make more money? What do I read to make more money? How do I need to speak to make more money? What do I need to create and produce to make more money? It became an obsession, a literal focal point for me, where society comes in and says, oh, no, you're, what are some of the terms they say? I don't even keep up anymore with all these crazy terms coming out, man. Like you're crazy obsessive, or, there's some new medical condition that you obsess too
Addicted.
much. Okay.
Yeah.
But it depends on the context, because if you're crazy fanatic and obsessive about sports, you're just a dedicated athlete. But if I craze or obsess about reading and getting better, now I'm a lunatic, right? Like you have to be able to use your mind and see the fallacies here, guys. It literally is the same thing, just applied to a different context, right? So whoever you need to get around, whoever you need to learn from. And for all of you, it might not just be Will, it might be somebody else. It doesn't matter. Get around them. Do what it takes to get around these people that you want to be like and learn from, whatever that skill is that they have, or beingness or character trait, and do what you need to do to extract it and learn as much as you can. But you have to be in proximity of it. There's no doubt that if you spent a day with me or Will, it would change a lot of things in your mind. Even just simply observing how we respond to life compared to you would be an eye-opener for sure, right? And I think those are some of the keys, man. But I think it really comes down to people's priorities and willingness to actually do it and commit at the end of the day. Just like it was as an athlete, when that day said, hey, I'm going to go pro, everything changed after that, even if you made that decision when you were a kid, because your literal existence revolved around that one thing. I remember it was, for me, everything revolved around basketball. Basketball was first. I want to eat this hamburger. Wait, no, it's not going to feel good. It's going to take an hour to digest and I can't get back on the court. Nope, I'm not going to do it. Right? Like literally every decision was filtered through basketball.
That's, for me, it was virtually identical. And I realized that I'm incredibly lucky to have had that moment of clarity, because I know the moment where the decision was made. And I was 15, I think I was 15 or 14. I can't remember now. It was 2000. So I think I was 15. It was in the summer. I was watching a game. I saw this guy. It was the Champions League final, actually. I remember Fernando Morientes scored a header, took off on this crazy celebration. I have no idea. Also, I don't understand why I wasn't in school. I can't figure it out when I think, but I need to ask my dad why I wasn't in school. But I'm sitting there watching the game, and I wasn't watching a whole ton of soccer at the time. But this dude took off on this crazy celebration run from the goal all the way back to his bench and slides. And like, I have the chills. And it's just like, okay, where's the button for that? I want to do that. And that was it. So 4 years later, I went pro, and I'm still playing. So that was really simple. And there's an esoteric law, let's say, or principle, the law of increase, essentially. And what you think about, what you put your thought energy on, multiplies. It doesn't matter what that is. You can choose the negative form. You can choose, you can choose basketball, like you said. You can choose wealth and money. You decided, I'm doing this and I'm heading this way. And you put your thought energy on that. And like you said, whether you like it or not, if you decide, I'm going to hang out with Bryan every day for the next 6 weeks, if he says it's cool and I'm just going to soak up everything, you're going to change. Stuff's going to rub off on you, until you're starting to see, I'm not the same person that I was before. And that principle alone is huge. And I want to touch on the fact that a lot of the answers so far we're even halfway through here have been about the mind and mentality. And we preach the same thing on the YouTube channel, because everybody wants to know and have the newest Cristiano Ronaldo trick, the newest Messi trick, the newest whatever. They want this flashy thing. And I constantly make videos about first principles. None of that will be possible unless you can get that stuff in your mind. If you're going out there to train, you're putting in the commitment, all that stuff. I mean, there are some guys out here listening that could be probably absolutely, utterly incredible footballers that just don't quite put it in. They put it in a little bit, then they don't the other time. We get messages all the time. Is it too late? I haven't done this. I haven't tried, And if they can grasp that part here, that's the foundation and basis of everything, then I think you will have a chance to start tapping into that potential.